Hello everybody and welcome to my highlights video from round 4 of the Chaz Draco Media Boremula 1 Championship. We headed off to Catalunya for this round, and we'll jump straight into qualifying here. This is just an onboard of my qualifying lap. I've been having some issues live streaming these events, or just iRacing in general, to be honest, so I had to settle for just recording it this time around. And I ended up actually getting my my screen size a little bit wrong, so you're not seeing the full relative display and whatnot at the bottom of the screen. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. It doesn't take away from the car and screen and the qualifying and the race itself. But yeah, we're here at Catalunya. I had an alright bit of practice for this. I wasn't overly confident in it. I was watching all the quicker guys when they were racing, seeing how they were taking certain corners, the braking, the markers, and I was just not able to quite hit the same. I think I need to have a lot more time in the car and maybe play around with the brake bias and whatnot as well, because there is certainly aspects of it I am struggling with. But I was getting some consistent lap times in qualifying, in practice I mean. So I was kind of getting there slowly but surely, just gradually getting faster and being a bit more comfortable with the car. But bearing in mind, when this championship all started up, I was 19th out of 24 cars I think it was, so I am in the lower ends of the league when it comes to pace, so I'm just trying to kind of bring the car home in one piece in qualifying, and then just have a good race and keep ourselves out of trouble. We saw that in Phillip Island, started at the back but managed to get to a good handful of points by just keeping the car out of trouble. A little bit wide in that corner there though as we come towards the end of the lap. This actually felt like a relatively good lap for me, bar that little running wide out of the third last corner there. But here we are around the last corner of the circuit, coming towards the line, and it was actually a pretty good qualifying attempt for me. I didn't really say too much on my recording when I was doing it. I just got a little bit a little bit of excitement, but nothing major. Not bad, I'll take that. See, not bad, he says. Not bad, he says. That's actually pretty good compared to what I've been doing in practice, and it was clean as well. Right, I'm happy. That's good. That's good for me. And it was good for me. I think that was about 3 or 4 tenths quicker than anything I had actually set in practice, so I was pretty chuffed with that. There was a few drivers that didn't end up getting legit times posted for the race, which is going to come up now. So there was a couple of fast guys behind us, most notably Jake Blackhall and Ben Hoffman in the Williams. But that didn't matter. We qualified 13th. 13th was our position, and we were chuffed with that.
Okay, Craig.
So looking to try and get a good launch here. I actually struggled when my practice starts, but I felt like we got a pretty good launch. But look in the mirror, Jake Blackhall out of absolutely nowhere, 17th, he's up past me in 13th, past Adam Hedgecock who started 12th, absolutely rocket ship of a start. And yeah, he's straight into a good points position already and trying to catch the front of the pack where he is. Trying to keep it a little bit cautious and camera into here. Tim Petty, my teammate, got it all sorts of wrong there, lost the car in the mirror. A little bit of carnage, as you can see. Poor Toby Ward ended up getting flipped in the air there. So Jordan involved in that as well. There's a couple of other cars that were off at the same time, so a good bit of damage behind us, but we're away. We haven't really gained or lost too much when you think of Blackwell passing us on one of the 2 cars that we passed there. But we've got a Hedgecock and Hasser Bramer just in front of us on this opening lap, and then the rest of the field further up ahead, so we're close to them at the moment. And we're just kind of feeling it out a little bit, not going to go and make too many rash moves. Cold tyres. Like I said at the start, we weren't overly confident in the car here just yet, so we're still getting to grips. Off tracks are coming into play here. There's a little bit of a story with them which we will get to later on. I wasn't really caring about them this week after paying attention to them previous weeks. And ahead of us there, Ben Gregory gets it all wrong in the hairpin and ends up collecting Jake Blackhall, sadly for him, and all his hard work getting off the line and making places off the start has just gone to pot there. So he had a damaged car, I think they both did, having to come into the pits for repairs. Astor Brayton here pulls off to the pits. I didn't actually see when I went back to replay any damage or anything that he had, but nonetheless it's a position for us again. We've got Ben Hoffman behind us.
All that lap 1 carnage.
We've got Ben Hoffman behind us as well, as I'm thankful for avoiding everything so far. So Ben's had a pretty decent start as well, considering he was at the back of the grid. And we're up into 10th place, and there's a 3-way fight ahead of us here with Zemster in the Ferrari, Tusting in the Minardi, and Adam Hedgecock in the Sauber. We're in the Prost and Hoffman in the Williams behind us, so there's a good train of cars here. Tusting's a little bit wide there as Hedgecock looks to get his nose up the inside and gets the position at the moment. But it's lap 2 and there's still a lot of fighting. The leaders have gone though. I think without this fighting they'd be gone because they're just another level entirely. But we're just looking at these two here. They're still battling away side by side at the moment, and it would be silly for us to kind of make a manoeuvre here, so we're just sitting following suit. And into this corner here, I think Tusting's braking just caught Hedgecock out a little bit, and then so he's going into him, and then Turnock went into Adam, and we got a little bit of wing damage, but we're away relatively scot-free. Hoffman as well, he managed to avoid it, which is good for him. And then later on, I think it was the next lap, or just end of that lap, Ben comes to go past us here, and we know he's quick. He is not our fight at all for this, so we let him go, and just wanted to see if we could kind of use him and use his pace to get us away from the cars behind. I wasn't expecting to catch the cars ahead, but I just wanted to get away from the ones behind us and cement a good point scoring position, because at the moment with Ben passing us we're in 9th place. So later on the race, lap 9 this was, we come out of the pit lane, we went in early to get the wing damage out of the way. I wanted to see it later, run on some low fuel, but that wasn't the case. But here's Jake Blackwell coming back past us, having to do his early pit stop, so he's chasing some mad amounts of lost time. So we're right behind him, which is no big deal. He's a fast guy, we're never going to keep him behind anyway. But the next lap, Hedgecock reacts to me pitting in. He was slowly catching us. He was within 2 seconds when we came into the pits, and he's managed to jump us with my pit stop and his pit stop now, so he is out just ahead of us here. So we've still got a good half of the race to go, and although we were in no man's land for the most part, we do have Adam here to battle with now, and it was just a case of wanting to actually follow him again. I didn't want to lose too much time to the guys behind, didn't want to battle them and lose time to anyone else that was pitting in, because John Tusting took a while to come into the pits, and he was one of the guys that who wasn't too far behind us. But we're sitting here, it was 13th when we crossed the line, and be 10th place now, 12th place now, as Martin Kenyon pitted that lap. But again, we're just following Adam here. We don't want him to make too many moves, we're just following him close, as you can see. I just wanted to show that we were kind of close for a good handful of laps. And I don't think he felt like he had to go too defensive, because I didn't chuck it down his inside or anything. Looking at the incident points, we're on 13 incident points at the moment. Now I should have double checked with the rules before this race, because in my mind there wasn't any limit to the incident points, but there's 25 incident points, and then once you hit the 25 incident point limit you get a 5-second penalty, and then a further 5 seconds for every 2 incident points after that. So that does come into play later on in this race, just to bear that in mind. But we're on the back of Adam here, and I took way too much curb on the inside, but we got away with it this time around. But then the next lap we were not so lucky. So we're right in at Adam's slipstream again, just pretending to have a look at this time around. We're getting to later on in the race, so I was kind of wanting him to start feeling pressured and make some mistakes. But yeah, it's me making the mistake, not Adam, I'm afraid. So we've had a spin there, not lost too much, well, we've not actually lost any ground at all. We've lost plenty of time, but we've not lost any ground, so we're still in 12th place. We had a comfortable gap to Tim behind us, and yeah, we weren't overly impressed with ourselves there, making that little bit of a mistake.
That lap was at 1:39.
But we're coming on to the penultimate lap of the race now, and this is our 25th incident point. How silly is this? Look at that, onto the braking for turn 1. That was our 25th incident point, and that meant we got a 5-second penalty, but I forgot all about this at the time and I wasn't fully aware of it. And on the last lap I think I was a good 7-8 seconds ahead of Tim Petty, but I just dawdled on this lap. As you can see, I'm already 2 seconds down on my best lap time so far, so I was just dawdling, and that meant Tim finished within 5 seconds off us. So although we finished 11th place and we were overly chuffed with that, we ended up getting shipped down to 12th because of the penalties. I was seeing other drivers with high incident points in previous races and not realising they got penalties, and this time I thought, oh stuff it, I'm just going to go over the limit here and track extend. But yeah, that backfired. We finished 11th, but ended up classifying in 12th place. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Not much highlights here for me. I'm going to leave you with some replays at the end of this video with me and the guys in Discord, but I hope you enjoyed nonetheless, and we'll see you all for round 5 of the championship.
Craig.
Hi.
Craig, I don't know if you were looking at your review mirror just at the start, but there was cars going like vertical.
Well, that's what I'm wanting to. Hang on, I'm just going to put the broadcast up. Yeah, there was
see that again.
So much fucking carnage on that first lap.
Yeah.
I don't know how I avoided it all.
the main broadcast didn't watch your spin because everything at the front was just so hectic.
Good.
Yeah, I want to see behind you.
What a
from the
fucking
start.
start!
As they are confirmed there. Cam Dance takes the win.
Look at this cunt.
2 seconds ahead of Christian Rose at the end. But it's a Benetton.
Yeah, I was like, Craig's made a good start.
Yeah, I thought I made a good
See
start.
that you were outstarting the guy to your right, and then he came through.
Yeah.
What's your teammate's name again? We're trying to remember that.
Tim Petty. Right, so there's a crash. Oh, that happened, yeah. And then that happened. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
That's what I saw in the rear view, and it's like,
Wow.
what the fuck?
Adam Hedgecock had a very lonely
Dude
top
got
10
rocked.
finish. And Craig
Poor
Evans
Ward.
and Tim Perry once again finishing together in the process.
Wow.
First time this season.
I bet that was amazing from his in-car.
Well, hang on, let's
Can you switch that?
And then the
let's do the gyro first. The gyro's always good.
Because none of it was his fault.
No, it was none of it was his fault. My teammate, it was my teammate. He got all out of shape.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what the fuck happened here?
Did very, very
I think
well.
he just lost it.
Did he hit him? Oh, he hit him. And I hit him.
Or is that what it was?
Oh,
and
fucking
then
hell.
off they go.
I've just got to make sure that I've got the right headset selected for this one. And
Jesus.
first driver I want to speak to.
Did I get damage from that? Yeah, I did. I thought I
As
did.
happy as he could have been out of tonight. It's
Saying-
4 points for the team.
Hey,
I was-
wing.
I was worried about your wing, but it didn't look like you were losing time.
I lost a wee bit. I could feel that it was in some of the corners.
Why you pitted kind of early?
Yeah, I pitted early just to get it fixed. Right, who won? Oh, Cam again. Fucking hell, like I
Well,
can't
it
stop
was
winning.
certainly close racing up to that point, though. I mean, to have
Do you know, I'll take 11.